Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So where we last left off on my complete DVD, Blu-ray, and VHS collection, we finished off with Kong Skull Island, and we're just gonna get right into the next DVD. So next up is The Lighthouse. I actually haven't seen this movie, but from what I've heard, a lot of praise for this movie. This movie gets a lot of praise. It's on a lot of people's great movie list. So yeah, just gonna leave that there so I have finger space. Life of Pi. Yeah. Don't have much to say about it. I haven't seen it. Liar Liar. Again, another Jim Carrey movie. Hilarious. Me, Myself, and Irene. A very, very raunchy movie. You know, it's full of crude and kind of juvenile humor. But if you can get past that, it's actually a pretty good Jim Carrey movie. Actually, I'm just going to put that back there in case I forget what order to put it in. Here we have Machete. I just bought it because, like, it's part of that Grindhouse thing that was with Quentin Tarantino's, Grindhouse thing. You know, this was one of the like, because in that movie they had, like, fake trailers, and one of the trailers was Machete, so people were like, oh, make that into a movie. And we got it as a movie. Another one of the trailers was Hobo with a Shotgun, and thankfully we got that as a movie, too. So, yeah, I'm a huge fan of Grindhouse when it's done right. Next up, we have Mad God. This is a stop-motion movie from Phil Tippett. He worked on films such as RoboCop and Jurassic Park, and recently he decided to make his own full-length 2D stop-motion film, and it's terrifying. You know, I really recommend it. It's a great movie for horror fans. You know. Then Malignant. So, I saw this movie when it first came out, and initially I thought it was terrible, I thought it was crap, but then I started to think about it, and I thought, it's not so bad, because I feel like it replicates those old, cheesy horror movies from the 80s and 90s, and that's why it was probably intentionally kinda a little bit bad. It was made by James Wan, the creator of The Conjuring and Saw, so, yeah. You don't expect, like, quality from this movie, but for what it's worth, it's good. I actually don't remember how that happened, but yeah. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Absolutely hilarious film. I laughed so hard watching it. This is a pretty rare DVD to get, so I'm glad I got it. So yeah, when you get the chance, I highly recommend that you watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And just other Monty Python stuff. Here we have The Meg, another one of those movies that was really big for like a few weeks or months, and then it kind of just died down and no one talks about it anymore. There were talks about like a sequel and stuff, but from what I can tell, that hasn't really come to fruition, or at least I haven't heard of any sequel, but yeah. Mandy, I just got this as a blind buy from the $5 bin of Walmart because it looks pretty interesting, and I heard a lot of people say it was a pretty gory film. So yeah, got it like a few years ago. I hear the ice cream truck. I got it a few years ago and I still haven't seen it, so yeah. Let me get that. Okay. Misery. This was based on the book by Stephen King of the same name, and I haven't seen it yet, but yeah. It looks decent. This is why I took a DVD out so I could put my fingers in there. Monster. I have no idea about anything about this movie. One of the only reasons why I got it was because apparently this performance by Charlize Theron is one of the greatest of all time. Plus the cover kind of interested me. And yeah, it was pretty much a blind buy, so I'll be checking that out sometime. Here we have Mallrats. This is from the creator of Chasing Amy, Kevin Smith. I'd seen this movie. That kind of looks like looks like Mr. Beast from afar. Can't believe I just referenced Mr. Beast in one of my videos. But yeah, kind of a blind buy again, but I'd heard some people talking about this movie, and yeah. Men, this is an A24 film, and I don't actually know much about it, but I got it because mostly it was on sale. Because why not? And from what I can tell, from what people have been telling me at least, this is kind of like propaganda against men. Kind of like saying, oh, men are evil and stuff like that. But I'll still watch it anyways, even though that that stereotype of men being horrible just bothers me to no end. Missing in Action, Chuck Norris. This is my first Chuck Norris film I ever saw, and I gotta say, it's pretty good, you know? It reminds me of the game Contra on the NES, which I love that game. You guys have seen me play that. The Matrix, but Blu-ray version. This is the better version. The one down there is a not-so-good version, but this is a better version on Blu-ray. Looks pretty good. And then we have the Mission Impossible trilogy with Mission Impossible 1. Mission Impossible 2, which unfortunately I couldn't get on DVD, and it still has that sticker on the front, which, God, I wish I could peel that off, but I know. And look how, like, screwed up it is. Like, dang. Like, it's in horrible shape. And then Mission Impossible 3. So, yeah, I haven't really seen the Mission Impossible series, but I guess that's the time to start. The Mask! Another... Jesus, I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, you like that poster. Batman. Another, I guess, better DVD than the one down there. I mean, this one is more, like, newer than that one, or, like, it was made after that one. But, yeah. Man of Steel. That one Batman movie. Yeah, I don't know what much to say about it. I mean, it's okay. I have to pull a DVD out of here because this is driving me nuts. All right. Men in Black with Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. You know, Will Smith. Funny joke. Yeah, no one cares anymore. Men in Black 2. Yeah, nothing much to say about it. Don't know if I'll be getting Men in Black 3. I don't really care for the series. Mars Attacks. Funny movie. I love it. Very fun. I recommend you watch it. It's kind of like a comedy. I mean, you probably already knew that. Mid-90s. So, saw this movie a few years ago, and I loved it. It's pretty much it's what I like to call a wake-up film, in the same vein as, like, Gummo or Kids, if you've seen any of those two movies. It's almost like that, but not really. It's more lighthearted than those two. Those two are way out of, like, this movie's, like realm. But, yeah, it's basically a slice-of-life movie about a kid living in the mid-90s, and he does a bunch of crazy and wacky stuff, and it's kind of a tragic story. It's one of my favorite films, personally. I loved it. I thought it was really good. The acting was great. Sonny Jones, the main guy, the main kid, he did a really good job. And yeah, that is it for that shelf. Let's move on to this one. I can't sit down. I have to stand up. All right, so we have over here Bruce Campbell versus Army of Darkness, the director's cut DVD. I showed that off on my channel. The Lost Boys, the original, very famous vampire film. Karate Kid. Watched that one with my dad years ago. I thought it was pretty good, but I don't think I'll be getting any of the other Karate Kids or what is it called? Cobra Kai. I don't think I'll be getting into that. Mostly because I don't really care and I just don't like getting into shows. Terrifier 2. I don't have the first one, but I have seen that one. And it was gory as hell. And from what I've heard, this one is even gorier. So yeah, I'll be checking that out soon. The Great Escape, the original one. I don't know if there's a remake or not, but just clarifying that it's the original. The movie that actually inspired Army Animation's Chicken Run. Very, very cool. This is the 4 film favorites of Vacation collection. This includes National Lampoon's Vacation, Vegas Vacation, Christmas Vacation, and European Vacation. So, nice. Push that in. Jesus. I'd like to do these on the first take. Please, I'm not pulling anything out anymore. Screw that, man. We got Night Shift. That was kind of a blind buy. And we have Conan, The Complete Quest, which includes Conan the Barbarian 1 and 2. Arnold Schwarzenegger. We have The Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile in that 2 double pack. Happy Time Murders. We got A Fistful of Dollars. We got For a Few More Dollar, or for a few dollars more, and then we got The Good, Bad, and Ugly over there, which completes the Dollar trilogy, I guess. Viva La Bam. This is a kind of I don't know if I'd say obscure. I don't know how many people know about this series, but kind of a little not well known series created by Bam Margera, one of the members of Jackass. You may know him either if you're a Jackass fan or by the fact that he's in some hot water now due to a lot of questionable things he's been doing as of recently. If you want to get into, you can search that up because it's too much to get into the channel. But yeah, for hardcore Jackass fans, I recommend this show. This is the first season, and then there's season 4 and 5. I don't have seasons 2 and 3. I have to get them. Then we got Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, another Quentin Tarantino film that I personally haven't seen but heard good things about from it. 28 Days Later, American Gangster, The Twilight Zone, more fan favorites. I think this includes like 20-something episodes from the Twilight Zone original series. We got Commando, we got Raging Bull, we got A History of Violence, and we got Rambo, or First Blood, Rambo Part 1, First Blood, whatever the hell you want to call it. Alright, let's get on to the main thing, and oh my god, I have to pull one of these out. Oh, it's really tight. Munich. This is a gift from a friend. I haven't really seen it, but I'll get to that. Mixed Nuts with Steve Martin. I've only seen one movie with Steve Martin, and that was The Three Amigos, and I thought he was pretty good. Pretty good actor. 8 Mile. This is aka the Eminem movie. Pretty good, actually. Like most celebrity films, you really don't expect to be that good, but this one was not half bad. You know, I love Eminem. I don't know if you guys know this, but I freaking love Eminem with all my heart. So yeah, it was awesome to see the movie, and the fact that they actually got the real Eminem to act in a movie about his own life before he became a rapper and all that, when he moved to 8 Mile, before he went to Chicago, or wherever he went, California, whatever, I can't remember right now. But yeah, it includes some stuff. It includes a music video for Superman. And this was the movie that birthed Lose Yourself, one of my favorite songs of all time, and one of Eminem's best for sure. The Man with the Golden Gun, James Bond movie, but with Roger Moore. Pretty good. No Country for Old Men. I love this film. This film is amazing. One of the best I've ever seen. One of the best atmospheres. The fact that this movie, one of the best things this movie has going for it is the lack of music. This movie barely uses any music. It doesn't use any dumb music cues or low droning like bass. None of that. All you have is the natural sounds from the film. And this movie has amazing sound. Just like amazing sound. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. And then we got Nobody, which is stars Bob Odenkirk, aka Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Pretty good movie. I loved it when I first saw it. Can't wait for the sequel. It was, again, as it says right there, from the writers of John Wick. And what do you know? The writers of John Wick are making another film similar to John Wick, which is Sisu. Can't wait to see that. Saw the trailer for that. Looks awesome. Need for Speed, which has Aaron Paul. It's so weird seeing Breaking Bad. I know this isn't Breaking Bad, but it's so weird seeing Breaking Bad characters from other movies, like Bryan Cranston in Godzilla or Aaron Paul in that. Like, before I even saw Breaking Bad, I had no idea who this Aaron Paul guy was until I saw Breaking Bad. Misconduct. This was a gift from my dad. It has Al Pacino and Anthony Hopkins and Josh Duhamel, or Duhamel, whatever you want to call it. Haven't seen it. Nightmare on Elm Street 1, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. And they're fine, fun, cheesy horror movies if that's your thing. Personally, it's not my thing, but I guess they're enjoyable. Natural Born Killers. We're pretty good. Apparently, it's the best movie of the 90s, and a movie that a lot of people reference when they're talking about 90s film and just 90s in general. So, haven't seen it, but I guess it Really defines the 90s. We got The Neverending Story Part 1 and 2, the only movies that were made in the Neverending Story series. We got Jordan Peele's Nope. I did an unboxing on that, so you should go check it out. M. Night Shyamalan's Old. I also did an unboxing of this, so if you want to go check it out, go check it out. Sorry if you guys can hear music outside. I'm really sorry. We got The Outsiders. I haven't seen this movie, but I know it's by Francis Ford Coppola, the same guy who made The Godfather. So, how bad can it really be? We got Overlord. Very nice. We got Platoon with Willem Dafoe. Yeah, pretty good. This is when he was really young. So yeah, awesome. We got Pulp Fiction, another collector's edition, the way better edition. Apparently, when this version of the film came out, it costed $40 from what I heard. So, yeah, but I got this at the thrift store for $3.99. So, yeah, times sure have changed. And I want you guys to wait right here. I'm just going to go get a drink of water. I'm not going to cut this out because I would prefer to do this in one take, this video in one take, so yeah, bear with me. I'll be right back. Alright. Just gonna leave my water there while we continue. So yeah, let's keep going. Sorry for that, I was just really thirsty. Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, the OG Psycho movie, made by Alfred Hitchcock himself. Very cool, 1960. And then we got the sequels, Psycho 2, Psycho 3, and Psycho 4, The Beginning. Don't know much about those. And then we got the Psycho remake. Yeah, apparently there was a remake to this film. Never seen it, but from what I've heard, obviously some people say it's bad, not as good as the original. We got Pearl with Mia Goth. This is a sequel to a film we'll be getting into later on. Haven't seen it, but I saw the first part. I saw the part 1 of this movie, and I didn't like it. I thought it was really bad. Pretty bad. We got Parasite. This movie, I'm pretty sure, won an Oscar, if I'm not mistaken. It's a Korean film. And yeah, I've been clamoring to see it, so I'll get it soon. I got it a few months ago. Detective Pikachu, or Pokemon Detective Pikachu, pretty good movie. It's entertaining, for, if you're a Pokemon fan and you're like, oh, Pokemon in real life, then yeah, this is the movie for you. Some people may not like it, some people may say it's bad, but hey, for what it's worth, it's a freaking Pokemon movie. So yeah, who knows, maybe the Mario movie is a better Nintendo game than that. We got Precious, based on the book Push. It was directed by Lee Daniels. Pretty good movie. Pretty good. Very realistic film. So if you like realism in your films, excuse me, you gotta get that. You got Pet Sematary. Pretty good movie. Another Stephen King based film based on his book. That's pretty nice. And then we got the Pet Sematary remake, which obviously is not as good as the first one. It relies heavily on jump scares and just every single freaking horror cliche that you can think of. We got Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator. I don't know why I said his name. But yeah, it's Predator. Saw this movie as a kid. Thought it was pretty cool. We got Predator 2 with Danny Glover. Yeah, not much to say about it. I haven't seen it. We got Poltergeist. Pretty good. I liked it. There was recently a 4K, so that shows that movie's actually still alive. And then we got the sequels, Poltergeist 2 and 3. I think there's more than that, actually. We got A Quiet Place. When I first saw it, I thought it was good. It was pretty good, but now it's just okay, Again, cliche horror movie, cliche things and all that. And then we got A Quiet Place Part 2, pretty much the same thing as the first one, but expanded. It's got a bigger location. I'm pretty sure it's got a bigger budget, too. But again, it's just a horror film, Not dissing on horror, I don't completely hate the genre. It just has a lot of flaws in my opinion. We got Raging Bull, one of my favorite films of all time. Robert De Niro, my favorite actor ever, just puts his heart and soul into this film. And if you somehow haven't seen it, I highly recommend you check it out. And on the topic of more of wrestling movies, we got Rocky. But here's the thing. It's not just the first Rocky. It's actually... Hang on, let me sit down for this. It's actually all of the Rocky films so far. So we got Rocky 1, and there is Rocky 2. We got Rocky 3, and then we got Rocky 4. We got Rocky 5, and then finally we got Rocky Balboa, which is like the remake. And I have Creed 1 and Creed 2 over there. So as of right now, I have all of the Rocky films until Creed 3 comes out on DVD. And yeah, I'm trying to push it in. Alright, epic. Let's move on. We got Rambo First Blood Part 2. If you're wondering why First Blood is not grouped in with these other Rambo films, it is because this is a alphabetical shelf, and most of the movies after First Blood started with Rambo, so R. Really wish they hadn't done that because that really screws up my collection. And we got Rambo 3, pretty good, pretty messy titling of your films. We got First Blood, and then we got Rambo First Blood Part 2, and then we got Rambo 3. Then the Rambo 4, or just Rambo. I hate when movies do this, when they just do the title of the first film, or they expand upon. Like, first there was Rocky, and then there was Rocky Balboa, then there was First Blood, and then there was Rambo Part 2, now there's just Rambo. Some people might think this is the first Rambo film, but no. Then we got Rambo Last Blood, or Rambo Part 5. Yeah, I guess this is the Last Blood. I guess it really is the Last Blood. We got The Return of the Living Dead. I did an unboxing of this Blu-ray. I absolutely love this film. One of the few zombie movies I liked, also, as well as 28 Days Later. So funny, pretty scary when you think about it deeper. And yeah, just a classic horror movie. And we got the Rob Zombie trilogy, which includes House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and Three from Hell. This is kind of just a trilogy of Rob Zombie's most acclaimed films. And yeah, pretty good. So yeah, we're done with that. Finally, I get to sit down. And I'm going to take another sip of water because, it wasn't a sip so much as it was a gulp. Alright, so we have Flight of the Navigator. So funny thing about this film is I saw that movie a few years ago at school. And I don't know if we got to finish it or not. I didn't remember, but I kind of liked it, so I was like, oh, I hope I get to see that film soon again. And I got it. I found it on DVD, and I got it. So yeah, part of my childhood, I guess you could say. I saw it in like grade 6 at school for some reason. We got The Thing, the collector's edition. That DVD is actually better than the Blu-ray because it has a way more special features than the Blu-ray. If you see my unboxing of The Thing Blu-ray, that is a bare bones Blu-ray compared to that. I know there's better Blu-rays like the collector's edition Blu-ray, which was put out by Shout Factory or Scream Factory. I can't remember which of the two. Wish I could get that, but yeah. Then we got Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Such a fun clown movie. If you like clowns, you love horror movies, that's fun. It's just a cheesy, like, 80s B horror movie. It was made on a low budget, but somehow they managed to pull it off. And the Chiodo brothers, the directors of that film, this is the only film in their library, in their filmography. Killer Clowns is the only movie they've ever made, so I guess that's kind of sad that it was just kind of like one film and they couldn't make anything else. They couldn't make a sequel or like a different film, but yeah. We got The Day the Earth Stood Still, the original. We got Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 version. We got Deep Blue Sea. We got 2001: A Space Odyssey. That, in my opinion, is Stanley Kubrick's magnum opus. That is the greatest film he's ever made and one of the greatest movies ever made. Such an incredible film. And then we got 2010: The Area of Contact, which is a very little-known sequel to 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's got Roy Scheider in it, the guy from Jaws. Haven't seen it, saw a little bit of it, but I turned it off because I was pretty bored because it's really not as compelling as the first one. We got Sin City by Robert Rodriguez. We got the sequel, Sin City: A Dame to Kill For. We got Slender Man, the 2018 movie, which wasn't really good. I didn't like it. I thought it was pretty bad. We got The Ring. We got The Stand, The Ring 2000-something movie. We got The Stand miniseries, which is like 6 hours long. So yeah, me and my dad saw the whole thing in one day. We had to split it into 2 viewing sessions because it's 6 hours long. But yeah, it's pretty good. You know, one of the better Stanley Kubrick adaptations, which isn't saying much because it is still pretty friggin' bad. But the good kind of bad, you know. We got The Scorpion King, young Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So technically, this is not cast baiting, or actor baiting. It's just a regular movie back then when Dwayne wasn't as acclaimed, or maybe he was. I don't know. I'm not that cultured in actors. You know, leave me alone. We got Four Christmases. It was a gift from a friend. We got Coach Carter. I also saw that one in school. I thought it was okay. We got the Three Stooges movie. That movie was pretty disappointing coming from a diehard Stooges fan. I feel they could have done much better on that film, but they just really, like, messed it up. It was terrible. The plot was terrible. The ending was so bafflingly stupid, terrible. It just disappointed me as I actually fell asleep while watching that film. That's how bad it is. And that's how disappointing it was coming from a Three Stooges, like, super fan. I love the Three Stooges. But yeah, it is what it is. We got Fists of Fury, a Bruce Lee film. We got another edition of King Kong 2005. We got Journey to the Center of the Earth, Brendan Fraser. Pretty good. We got Jingle All the Way, Arnold Schwarzenegger, also pretty good. We got The Silence of the Lambs, another version, I think. Oh, wait, no. No, that's just one of the versions I have. Yeah, you already saw it right there. Whatever. We got Nightmare on Elm Street, a singular copy, and we got another version of Natural Born Killers. All right, let's get to the actual thing. Again, got to pull one out so I can get enough finger space. We got Passion of the Christ. So I typically don't enjoy Christian films because more often than not, they're either really bad or really preachy in the sense that they like to shove whatever message they're trying to teach into your face to the point where it gets so annoying that you feel actually bothered by the film. But The Passion of the Christ is basically just a retelling of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. And I thought it was pretty good, you know. I thought it was pretty emotional, actually. So, yeah, you don't really have to be a Christian to enjoy this film. But if you don't like this movie and think it's too preachy and religious, I understand you. I honestly understand you. We got Ready Player One, Steven Spielberg film. It was pretty good for what it's worth. Kind of odd, actually. It kind of took some older, you know, admittedly better films like The Shining and all that and kind of incorporated some of it. Excuse me. They kind of tried to incorporate him into this film, and it was fine. It's just fun for what it is. We got The Pianist, directed by Roman Polanski. I haven't seen it actually, but who stars in this film? Adrian Brody, yeah. I heard it was really good, so gotta check it out. We got Paths of Glory. I personally haven't seen this Stanley Kubrick film, but I really have to because, I mean, come on, it's Stanley Kubrick, man. And it's kind of like a war film, pretty old. It was made in 1957. So yeah, 1957. Pretty old. I think it was one of Stanley Kubrick's first films. So yeah. We got The Rock. Surprisingly, this is in the Criterion like collection. This movie is in the Criterion Collection. It's not in stock on their website the last time I checked though, but weirdly enough, it's in there. So yeah, I guess Jellyfish isn't the only black sheep, or like Jellyfish Eyes isn't the only black sheep of the Criterion Collection. Righteous Kill. I know a lot of people know absolutely nothing about this film, but it includes two of the greatest actors ever, De Niro and Al Pacino, and I thought it was pretty good. It has a pretty kind of admittedly predictable plot twist. But yeah, it's pretty good, you know. Maybe not so predictable for other people, but yeah. We have The Right Stuff. Don't know exactly what about this film. Don't know much about that film, but yeah, I got it because it just looks kind of interesting. I think it has a TV show based on it. We got The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Weird movie, but it's a musical, which again, I've stated before, I don't really like musicals, but it's one of the few that I actually really enjoyed. The music is catchy as hell. The characters are funny, and they all are very unique and have depth to them. Very strange. It has a huge cult. This movie has a huge cult. Just like there's countless videos on YouTube actually summing up the cult that this movie has left behind. So yeah. We got Reservoir Dogs, the 10-year special edition. So the funny thing about this edition of Reservoir Dogs is that there's actually different versions with different colored like covers. So this one is colored orange because of Mr. Orange. There's also a pink cover. There's a yellow cover. There's a brown cover. There's just a bunch of other covers that are designated for the characters of this film. So yeah, I don't know if anyone's actually gone out of their way to collect all of them, but I'm sure they must look great all aligned together. But yeah, I don't know if I'm ever gonna bother to go and hunt those. We got another Grindhouse film. We got Planet Terror, this time by Robert Rodriguez. I actually think I might enjoy this film more than Death Proof. I know more people say Death Proof is better, but come on. I mean, come on, really, man. We got Sully. This was a blind buy, but you can never go wrong with our dear boy, Tom Hanks. We got The Shawshank Redemption 10th Anniversary Edition. So this is an old DVD. Imagine that, the 10th anniversary of Shawshank Redemption. So you already know this DVD is old. We got Starship Troopers, interesting film. I haven't seen it actually, but from what I have seen, it looks pretty good. Stand By Me, one of my favorite films personally. I love this film. I love the aspect of it and all that. I love the actors too, the kids. Despite being kids, they actually do a pretty good job, and that is very rare with kids their age in movies, you know. It's another film that's based off a Stephen King film, but it is not a horror book and it is not a horror film. It's more of a drama and a journey film, as I like to call them, or like a buddy film. Which what I mean by that is when two or more characters, they all go on a giant massive adventure to go do something. Kind of reminds me of Earthbound, so if you like Earthbound, you're gonna like Stand By Me because it's one of those adventure films with four friends going to do stuff. So yeah. Schindler's List, directed by Steven Spielberg, often considered one of the greatest films of all time. Don't know, I haven't seen it, but maybe it might be. Oh, look at that, look at this. Stuck. You got Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. Yeah, pretty good. I got Spider-Man 2. Before Spider-Man No Way Home, this was actually considered the greatest Spider-Man film. And yeah, it's the one with Dr. Octopus, so yeah. Spider-Man 3, often considered the black sheep of the Spider-Man trilogy. So yeah, the Tobey Maguire trilogy. You got Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah. We got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, animated film, pretty good. I did an unboxing of that, so, you know, go check it out. We got Saving Private Ryan. I think I might, yeah, I think I already talked about this movie, but this is the Blu-ray. This is the Sapphire series collection, so yeah, pretty good. I've seen the opening of this one, but I haven't seen the rest of it, but yeah, it's really acclaimed. The Shining, one of my favorite films of all time, and one of Stanley Kubrick's greatest films, in my opinion. He did an incredible job, even if it wasn't faithful to the book, and even if what's his name, Stephen King didn't like it. I thought it was great. I thought it was really great. Personally, but I know a lot of people love that film. Smile, pretty bad. Pretty bad. I unboxed his Blu-ray on the channel. It's a pretty bad film. What are they? Oh, I'm yawning just thinking about it. Many cliche moments of this film, very annoying, and plus I think it's pretty cringe that the this movie has like evil smiles in it. So like it's when the character tilts their head down and smiles at you like an anime villain, it's friggin' cringe. Like the moment I see a villain smiling like that, I lose all fear in them because it's just edgy and cringy in my opinion. We got The Silence of the Lambs. This is what I meant when I said another copy. So we got 2 copies there, but this is the special edition, which includes so much more stuff than that other one. So yeah. We got Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Pretty good. Surprisingly not terrible compared to other video game films. But yeah. But now it has the Mario movie to rival it. And then we got Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I haven't seen this one personally, but yeah. This is one of the only films where Jim Carrey actually agreed to make a sequel and play the same character, because he used to say that he never liked playing the same character twice, which is why there was the canceled The Mask Part 2, because he didn't want to be in it. They even offered him $10 million to be in the film, but he just turned it down because he said he didn't like being the same character twice. But hey, he also played Harry in, or like Lloyd, I think. I don't remember their names. He also replayed his character in Dumb and Dumber 2. So yeah, sucks, man. It sucks. We got Shazam, your typical superhero movie, except it's trying to relate to the teens, because this time it's a kid who turns into a superhero and he has kid friends, and deep down inside he's a teen. Yeah, it is what it is. It's pretty good. We got Suicide Squad. A lot of people do not like this film. Personally, I haven't seen it because I didn't really care about it. And then I heard about The Suicide Squad, so sorry I keep tilting the camera up, is because I'm trying to see the DVDs. We got The Suicide Squad. Yeah. Dunno. We got Al Pacino, Scarface. Love it, love it, love it. Pretty good. Elvira is friggin' hot in this movie, you know. Friggin' hot. So yeah, great movie. You gotta watch it if you haven't. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I don't know. I've never seen it, but I know a lot of people love it, and it's kind of like a cult film. So yeah. Oh boy, here we go. We have Saw. So Saw, surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, due to its subject matter, is actually a movie that is very rooted in my childhood. I used to watch this franchise of films all the time as a kid. I used to watch them all the time, almost every single day. I would rewatch the films. I would go on YouTube and I'd watch clips of the film. At school, I was just obsessed with the Saw series. And it was actually my favorite film of all time, but ugh, God, just thinking about that, just disgusting, you know. It's pretty bad now that I think about it. We got Saw 2. It's a pretty good sequel, you know. We got Saw 3 Uncut Edition. I think it's pretty good, this film. I think the series should have ended here, personally. It should have just been the trilogy. But no, they had to go with Saw 4. Yeah, this is just Saw 4. I don't know what else to say. If you're wondering why it looks like this, is because I tried to do something with it, but it completely went wrong. So now, oh, look at that. The disc was out. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, Saw 4. I might get a new copy or not, because it's kind of screwed up because of a mistake I made. Yeah, pretty dumb moment. We got Saw 5. Meh again. I mean, all the Saw movies are meh. We got Saw 6, often considered the greatest. I just like this film because it has a lot of Detective Hoffman in it, who is my personal favorite Saw character, and one of the greatest villains in my opinion, who unfortunately went to waste in this series. We got Saw the Final Chapter. Terrible movie. Didn't like it. We got Spiral from the Book of Saw, also a terrible film because I personally do not consider this a Saw movie at all. I don't consider it canon in the Saw franchise. Barely has anything to do with the Saw franchise. We got Sleepy Hollow. A friend told me about how this movie traumatized him as a kid, so I was like, hey, I gotta see it. And I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, you know. Alright, this is gonna be the last shelf. So around here, the things start to get unorganized, and then we're gonna be moving on to the other shelf, which includes all my VHS tapes. Oh, we gotta put Passion of the Crust. We gotta put Passion of the Crust back in there. Alright, so up there we have Willy's Wonderland. I don't know why they put this upside down, but yeah. Whatever. Willy's Wonderland. Nicolas Cage FNAF type of beat movie. Yeah, a lot of people say it's a FNAF ripoff, but yeah, whatever. I haven't seen it yet. I don't really care. We got Dune Drifter. Has nothing to do with the Dune franchise. It's just its own film. I thought it looked interesting. We got the Mortal Kombat movies. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and Mortal Kombat Legacy, which is actually not a movie. It's a show. Or like short little like stories of a bunch of Mortal Kombat characters. So yeah, if you like MK, you should, you know, obviously, if you like MK, you've probably seen them by now, but yeah. We got Jarhead. I haven't seen it, but a lot of people talk a lot about it. We got Minority Report, which was a gift from another friend, and this is really dark, but that is another copy of The Shawshank Redemption. And this one, for some reason, does not have a label, but it is Once Upon a Time in Mexico. So yeah. We got a double pack, which has Atomic Blonde and Lucy. I like Atomic Blonde more than Lucy, but I still think both of them are good, but I just prefer Atomic Blonde more. We got another Back to the Future DVD. We got the Three Stooges stuff, the best of the Three Stooges. We got Steve-O, The Early Years, which is pretty much a compilation DVD of a bunch of films on tape that Steve-O from Jackass filmed when he was younger and before he really got into Jackass. We got the Three Stooges 6-movie set. This includes the movies Three Stooges Go Around the World in a Daze, Rockin' in the Rockies, Time Out for Rhythm, The Outlaws is Coming, Three Stooges Meet Hercules, and our Rocket Will Travel. So yeah, epic Three Stooges moment. We got Wind Talker, a Nicolas Cage war film. And then we got the Conjuring universe. Alright, let me get this out. We have The Nun, we have Annabelle, we have The Conjuring, we have Annabelle Creation, and we got The Conjuring too. So yeah, very, very cliche horror films, really heavy on jump scares and all that. Yeah, not my thing. We got Annabelle Comes Home, probably the worst, one of the worst things to come out of the Conjuring series. I think the worst is La Llorona, but Annabelle Comes Home is just slightly worse. We have we got another Reservoir Dogs DVD, the 15th anniversary edition. We have The Abyss. We have Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I actually didn't expect The Abyss to get a 4K Blu-ray, but it actually did. We got Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. We got The Terminal. We got Zoolander, and we got Mad Max Fury Road. All right, let's get on to the actual thing. Oh my god, this is gonna suck. Ugh. Ow, that hurt. Oh, well, there it goes. We got Scrooged. This is a Bill Murray film, Christmas themed. So yeah, I highly recommend it. It's so fun. It's actually my favorite Christmas themed film. So yeah, it's surprisingly not a terrible Christmas film. It's not really cliched because it actually has original things going for it. It's a spin on the original Scrooge story, except the Scrooge is played by Bill Murray, and it's more dark and it's more comedic, and it's on overall really good. And yeah, I highly recommend it. It's ripped. So yeah. We got Superbad from the creators of Good Boys and Sausage Party. So yeah, I haven't seen it, but a lot of people say this is the best like teen comedy film ever made. So, or like high school comedy movie ever made. So yeah, whatever that has going for it. We got Taxi Driver, one of my favorite films ever, one of Martin Scorsese's best, and one of De Niro's best performances Absolutely love it, love it, love it. So if you haven't seen it, you have to see it. What are you doing with your life if you haven't seen it? We got Ted, made by the same guy who made Seth MacFarlane. Wait, no, it was by Seth MacFarlane, the same guy who made Family Guy. I freaking hate Family Guy. I can't emphasize enough my pure hatred for Family Guy. So yeah, I just got it because, you know, it's not exactly Family Guy, and from what I've seen, it's actually pretty funny at times. But yeah, I hate Family Guy with a burning passion. We got Ted Part 2. So yeah. We got Titanic, which recently celebrated its somethingth anniversary. So yeah, there's like new like Blu-rays and like 4Ks and all that. So yeah, nice for Titanic fans. We got Texas Chainsaw 3D. Yeah, it doesn't say it's Texas Chainsaw 3D, but it is in fact Texas Chainsaw 3D. So yeah. We got The Terminator, another one of my favorite childhood films. Personally, I love this film. I think it's one of Schwarzenegger's best performances. Yeah, fun. And just when you thought they couldn't top it, they made Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Even better than the first film, one of the best action movies ever made. One of the last best action films ever made. Yeah, I'm going there. This action movies have become so lackluster. So yeah. We got Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. Pretty, not as good. We got Terminator 4, Salvation, very underrated film. I thought it was great. I thought it was the best Terminator film after Terminator 2. We got Terminator Genesis, horrible film, but at least it includes the Terminator on Blu-ray. So yeah, Terminator Genesis, yucky, disgusting film. We got Terminator Dark Fate, not as bad as Genesis, but still not as good. You know, I mean, the first 4 films in the Terminator series are great. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And we actually got the Terminator show, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. So, yeah. And I am actually going to leave it off there, guys, because if you can't tell, I'm tired as hell. So, tomorrow I will be finishing off because I actually do have quite a lot of stuff to show you. So, yeah, that is going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.